Hello everyone. In today's video, I want to show you exactly how we create our budget for the month. Now, just so you know, it is officially March 1st. I created this budget yesterday with my husband. We always try to make sure that we create the budget the night before. We kind of discuss as to what to expect spending wise. So I just wanted to show you how I have it laid out. Now, I always do this on a Google Doc. I just basically I have the tabs at the bottom, I duplicate it, and then I go through and I make the changes that I need to make. So I'm going to show you specifically as to what it is that we do here. At the top, you can see this is our income. So I get paid on the 6th, my husband gets paid on the 13th, I get paid on the 20th, and then my husband gets paid on the 27th. I also get my 2 Alabama checks. So those are about $700. So you can see in total, we should be making about $9,300 in the month of March. Now, what I do here is all down here is that these are our set bills. This is what just comes out every single month on this side. And I do color coordinate. I can't help it. I always do that. But I color them in for the pay weeks. So like this one, for example, when we got paid on the 28th, these all are what's going to be coming out of the 28th, that paycheck. And then when I get paid on the 6th, these are the bills that are going to be coming out of that paycheck and so forth. So as I go down, these are what comes out for that one. These are what comes out for this, for that next week. And then these are what comes out at the very end there when let me see. When my husband gets paid on the 27th, then you can see that is what we will pay off on those. So formula-wise, this is all formulated, which helps me so much. And so it takes my total bills that we spend, so $2,963.45 in the month of March. We have now leftover based off of this is being from this right here. Okay, so this is going to subtract this number, which gives us $6,336.55. Now, I take that number and I bring it up here. Now, these are my cash envelopes here, okay? So as you can see, we have our gas, we have Good Ranchers, that's our meat and everything like that, our groceries, my husband and my son's haircut, my hair and makeup, dining out, clothes, home miscellaneous, regular miscellaneous. So this is like home miscellaneous as in like toilet papers or, if we needed to buy like new curtains or something like that, that would be out of home miscellaneous. And then random miscellaneous is just anything just we need to do. Kids allowance, my husband's spending money, my spending money, medicine, as well as the dog. So these are money that's going to be coming in and out throughout the month. They're constantly going to be changing. In terms of like the envelopes, like what we're always going through these envelopes every single month. So now I take that total, I subtract the $2,030, and now I have the $4,306.55. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to go down to the sinking funds here. So the sinking funds, these are really just kind of like will be used at the time that they are needed. Okay, so you have our budget here. So this is car maintenance. That's like oils and stuff like that. Birthdays, Christmas, travel, gym, Mint Mobile, hobby. These are all things that we usually just kind of pay out maybe like, a couple times a year. Well, the birthdays, I should say, and the car maintenance is going to be a couple times. These ones, of course, Christmas, travel, gym, Mint Mobile, hobby. Those are usually about like once a year. So that's what we do for those. Again, take the total, subtract the 320, and this is my new total, what I have left over. Now I bring it down to here, okay? So as you can see, I've got our water bill and our gas bill. These are about rough estimate. So again, I don't add them in here. I do have them separate because they just kind of come when they come. Again, I live with my in-laws, and so we do kind of split the bill and stuff like that. So, and what is expected to come out. So we do have a Nick's Play subscription that's going to come out on the 12th. That comes out once a year, so I'm just putting it in there. We have worms, calcium, coop conditioner. We have chickens. And so these are subscriptions that we have, but they come out every other month. So this month, they're not going to be coming out, so I don't have to be worried about those. I do have a hair appointment this month. I'm very excited about it. My goodness. So I threw in an extra $50 there just in case, because I wanted to make sure I had enough money for that appointment. We need to get a chicken fountain. Chicken fountain's $115. Our chickens are just going through the water like crazy. And we live in the high desert, and it's just getting hotter and the water is going faster. We're just not able to replenish the water as needed. So we're getting a chicken fountain just to help our lives out. And then a walking pad. If you guys see in my shorts, you saw that my walking pad just took a dump on me last month. I'm so upset about that, but I need a new walking pad. That's why I bought a stand-up desk in the first place, so I could do my walking while I'm working. And then down here, these are where I track our extra spending. So if for some random reason we used our card, like let's say, for example, we bought something on Amazon. Well, I put it in here, Amazon, the date, the total we did, and then the deposit. How much are we depositing back into the actual account? Because like, for example, if there was something I needed to buy for the home, I would use the home miscellaneous money for that, okay? However, obviously it's in cash. I cannot pay Amazon with cash, so I have to use my card. So I use the card, and then I take the money from the home miscellaneous and I deposit that back into our bank account. But I want to make sure I track exactly how much I'm depositing in there so that I can know, running total wise, am I overspending on certain areas of our life. So I make sure I track every single one. Gas charges, these are gas charges. If we got to a place where we couldn't use our card or something, our cash, and we had to use a card, then I add these in too. I should actually put in the deposit as well, but I don't. Anyways, now we have $3,351.56 left over. We pay rent here, and then we have, and again, really, really low. We live with my in-laws, thank goodness. And we have my Citibank card. This is how much I plan on paying for my Citibank card. Again, this is just a debt snowball that we're doing, so I like to make sure how much we put in there. My car tags are due this next month, actually in April, so I want to make sure I pay my car tags off this month, so I'm putting the money aside for that. But a 2010 Toyota Yaris at $272 for 1-year tags. I'm sorry, but that's ridiculous. That's my own complaint of it. Anyways, so you can see here we have leftover $288, and then that is going to be going into our savings for taxes. So again, I have a contract job, so I like to save money for the taxes just in case. Now down here, I have all of the listings for the envelopes and for the sinking funds. I break them down into 50s, 20s, 50s, 20s, 10s, 5s, and 1s, and by paycheck too. So that way, when I go to the bank, this is exactly how much money I am taking out. Now, I think I need to fix this because I did increase some of our money, but this is the bill breakdown. So every time I go in, I tell them I need 5 50s, 15 20s, 6 10s, 5 5s, 35 1s, and that's where I get my total, and then I'm able to break them up and separate them. But there's just no way on a paycheck. I have way too many bills going out, per paycheck. I can't take out the whole amount. So I just kind of prioritize which ones do I need right away within that first week versus which ones can I wait until later, such as the sinking funds. Because these ones, I really am not paying them off until later on. So that's why I have them color coordinated. But yeah, so that is exactly how we do our bill budgets. So hopefully this month, I'll be able to pay off $2,179.48 for our Citibank card, and we will be that much more or less in debt. That is all for today's video. I hope that you enjoyed me showing you how we do our budgets. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more. Thank you.